Today's top stories. Russia's President Dmitry Medvedev today announced that Moscow formally recognizes the independence of the two Georgian breakaway regions of South Ossetia and Abkhazia. Speaking in a televised address from the Russian resort city of Sochi, he said, quote, "I have signed decrees on the recognition by the Russian Federation of the independence of South Ossetia and the independence of Abkhazia." Georgia's deputy foreign minister condemned the move as an unconcealed annexation of Georgian territory. U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, who was in the West Bank city of Ramallah, called Medvedev's move regrettable and added that Russia's decision would not be upheld by the United Nations. NATO, Germany, Britain, Italy, and France are among others who have condemned the decision. U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney will visit Georgia early next month in a show of support. Israel's Defense Minister Ehud Barak said yesterday that his country would not rule out any option to prevent Iran from developing nuclear weapons, according to a statement the ministry issued after a meeting with Secretary of State Rice. Rice arrived in Tel Aviv yesterday in a bid to restart stalled peace negotiations. Barak urged the United States to maintain diplomatic pressure and economic sanctions on Iran. In Tehran today, Iran's Foreign Minister Manouchehr Mottaki said Iran had answered outstanding questions regarding its nuclear program and would continue cooperation with the IAEA. Iran and Italy signed a desalination deal worth 100 million euros with a daily capacity of 120,000 cubic meters. The plant will be set up in South Pars oil and gas fields and will provide drinking water as well as water for petrochemical plants in a Saluye region. The deal comes barely 2 weeks after Italy's Foreign Minister Frattini said that Italy believes more strongly than ever before in imposing sanctions against Iran, and that imposing sanctions on Iran would be the only solution to the standoff over its nuclear case. Italy has already signed deals with Iran in South Pars oil fields worth $1.7 billion, according to Iran's oil vice minister, Gholam Hossein Nejabat. Iran executed 18-year-old Benham Zareh this morning, a juvenile offender who was convicted of murdering his friend at the age of 15. Zareh's case drew attention from the European Union, as well as international human rights groups, such as Amnesty International, both of which had called for a stay of execution for this juvenile offender. The website Human Rights Activists in Iran posted an audio recording of what it says is an undated message by Zareh pleading for his life to be saved. Today's execution is the second execution of a juvenile offender in Iran in the last week. On Tuesday, the 19th of August, 20-year-old Riza Hejazi was hanged in the central city of Esfahan for an alleged murder he committed at the age of 15. The European Union and international human rights groups have called on Iran to abide by its obligations under international treaties, which forbid the execution of juvenile offenders. These stories and more at iranVNC.com.